So let's just jump into the nice, good comments right away so we can get a good metric of what it is that we can expect with this mailbag. Hitler rules, fag! I mean, well, I guess that's your subjective opinion. I mean, I gotta give him credit for being the guy who killed Adolf Hitler. But I understand you're probably being very edgy right now, and take that, people who disagree with murdering people based on their race. It always seems very strange to me when people idolize someone like Hitler, someone who was very clearly batshit insane, and they just have to seem that this is like ridiculously, rosy-eyed view of people like him who are goddamn maniacs. Something like this.
Pick up daddy's at the playground. How I spend my daytime losing up the round.
Conceivably sojourning. What a waste of my time. Later, you time thief. Okay, later. Die infidels, holocaustes, cow's piss. Go Iran from Pakistan's again. Okay, honestly, I have no idea what this comment is supposed to mean. Like, clearly English isn't his first language, and generally you can still kind of tell what someone's trying to say, even if it's not clear and it's a bit jumbled like this, but I literally cannot understand what this guy is saying. I'm not sure if he insulted me, or insulted Iran, or even insulted Pakistan. I literally have no idea what this comment is, which makes it very difficult for me to make fun of it, other than to say it's completely erratic. Communists like yourself have killed millions. Take your dipshit Indias elsewhere. You are the stupidest of the stupid. It's really funny when somebody calls me stupid when that's what they pass off as spelling and grammar. And I really love this whole American Minuteman. We're going to fight 1776 and we're going to take down the government in order to install an unelected leader like Trump. Which is like really the opposite of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be overthrowing dictators, not actually installing them. And as for the whole killing millions thing, you might want to check the numbers on that. And then while you're checking the numbers on that, you might want to see how many people have been killed by the US government. Or more specifically, in the interests of American corporations, and to a large extent the American people too. I mean, I know you guys tend to like just pretend that whole native genocide thing didn't happen, because you're kind of erasing it from your textbooks, and the whole slavery thing, I know you kind of think that was a long time ago, so therefore you can't be criticized for it. But yeah, you actually can. I mean, the United States, of all countries, is in no position to criticize anybody for allegedly killing millions of people. All glory to God, not your Satan. Well, I mean, okay, I wouldn't praise Satan. There's no point in doing that. As in I don't really believe that there is a Satan, so I don't see how I could be praising him. But, if you want to praise God, go ahead. I don't care. That's totally up to you. The guy from Ontario is siding with corporation, not the American people. We want Israel influence gone and the government purge. We want the country back to make laws, not unelected dictatorships to steal our taxes, overspend in military spending. Create division and hate to create enemy to justify military spending. We want our own currency, dismantling of the IRS and Federal Reserve. Punctuation, asshole. You might want to look into it sometime. Exactly how am I siding with corporations? As a Marxist, I'm literally looking to abolish them and get rid of them. Your comment is completely nonsensical and it makes no sense. Also, I don't think you understand who runs the Federal Reserve and the IRS. The United States government does. I know there's a board of people on the Federal Reserve, but it answers to the U.S. government. And the U.S. government has overall policy control on it. But you're pushing this kind of insane conspiracy theory. And then when you start throwing the Israel stuff on top of that, in the same context as claiming that the Federal Reserve is controlled by somebody else, I think you may be saying just a little bit too much about yourself. By the way, has anyone else noticed that the further right you go, the worse your spelling and grammar gets? What a bunch of monkeys. Duke nuke them all. It's time to nuke monkeys and chew bubblegum. And I'm all out of gum. Fook this fat canook. Okay, insult my appearance. Allow me to respond in kind. Man, Press TV, Unruhe, Honig, Silverstein, etc. add nothing but hate. Progressives talk about love, but provide nothing but hatred and complaints. They really hate the U.S., it disgusts them. Now, I would say that's fair. I do hate the United States, and probably most of the world as well. But this idea that progressives have nothing but hate and complaints, well, you see, the point of being a progressive is to get beyond the stuff that you're spouting. Progressives are talking about, hey, we are angry at this kind of oppression. We are angry at racism, sexism, homophobia, etc. Those things which are coming from your side are the hate. The progressive side, while I certainly have my criticisms of them, are against the thing that you support. You support the hatred. These people are opposing the hatred. This is the same kind of twisted logic as how Antifa are the real fascists, because real fascism is when you oppose fascism. I mean, it's the same kind of idiotic logic. If you prefer Mao's teachings to God words, North Korea Airlines is ready when you are. The USA will always be one nation under God, so walk the walk and talk the talk. But you love living in a land of freedom, so you are a liar. Well, there's multiple things wrong with this comment. Well, one of them being, I'm not American, and I don't live in America. And I thank God for that every day. 2, one nation under God. I mean, maybe you haven't noticed, but God's not really doing a very good job right now. U.S. is kind of really fucked. I mean, maybe you might want to look around and see that. And you kind of got the massive amount of fascism growing. And in terms of freedom, what freedom are you talking about? The one to get shot by the police in public? Or to die in debt from medical costs? Exactly what freedom are you talking about? That's the kind of thing that God wanted? Or that's the nation under God? It's almost as if you don't really know what you're talking about. Also, let's just move it to Canada. I have every duty to try to make Canada socialist. That's the point of being a socialist, is to spread socialism. You know how, like, America has gone to war against numerous countries to spread capitalism and murdering hundreds of millions of people in order to do so. So, maybe you had ought to look at yourself in the mirror. Jason Unruhe, thank capitalism for all those extra calories, piggy. Yes, I actually do thank capitalism for it. The very low quality of food that I am struggling to pay for, working a minimum wage part-time job, because there's no goddamn work here and I can't afford to move anywhere else. So, yeah, I mean, your criticism is legitimate, because capitalism literally is causing the problem. Why are you such a communist? Do you hate freedom? China is considering the nuclear option. Ha 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 ha, what you're an I doubt. Like I said, the further right you go, the worse the spelling and grammar gets. But then they also turn around and then complain about Ebonics and regional accents of black people, which, you know, is kind of hypocrisy. I don't recall ever having said that China was considering the nuclear option. I mean, if things escalated to a nuclear war, they would use nuclear weapons. I mean, that's what a nuclear war is. Maybe I said that, you just don't understand what I'm saying because you're an I doubt. Marxism itself is all about the weak taking from the strong. You honestly expect me to sit here and believe that Marxists of any kinds are physically capable of producing and providing with their own? In any case, if that were true, said people wouldn't be Marxists at all. No one except your loyal neckbeard airsoft AK-47 followers are buying this. It's just basic science at this point. Edit, I can't wait for the same low-T neckbeards to spam me with comments saying how I'm wrong without any actual evidence, while also trying to turn it around on me. Again, there are multiple things wrong with this comment. If these people are so weak, then how would they be capable of taking from the strong? And what does that even mean? You're pushing a might makes right. Oh, right, because you're a fucking fascist. And that's something that fascists continually push. Except the part where they always fucking lose and get hung upside down or shoot themselves in the head. Basically, what you're actually doing is sucking off your boss, which is actually really pathetic. It makes you a cuck and a total loser, and a bootlicker and a douche in general. You are a working class schlub like everybody else, but you're sucking up to your boss because you think one day you're gonna be that guy. Don't worry, you're gonna own the boot one day. Don't worry, it's America, the land of the free and opportunity, and anybody can rise to the top. Anybody can be the cream of the crop. Ooh, yeah, as long as you're willing to work hard. It's interesting that most of this comment was actually insults thrown at myself and my subscribers, more than an actual criticism. I mean, you could try reading the Communist Manifesto, you could try reading Capital, and all of the monumental economic works, philosophical works, and things on human nature that Karl Marx actually wrote, and then you might know what the fuck you're talking about, rather than spouting stupidity like this. Fucking neckbeard. Jason, stop being a dipshit. The equality of races is not in the definition of socialism. What definition are you using? Please link. I don't think you actually know what Marxian socialism is. Workers of the world unite. Workers. Not white people of the world unite or black people of the world unite. Workers of the world unite. I could cite that, or I could cite any of the scientific proof that racism is fucking stupid and... Sorry, almost broke the YouTube terms of service on that one. Maybe you've got a different version of socialism, like National Socialism. I'm guessing that's probably your preferred brand, which isn't actually socialism at all. Shut the fuck up, dictatorship lover. Fucking playboy gringo. Well, if you are saying I like dictatorship, then I like the dictatorship of the proletariat. So I guess you're kind of right on that one. And what makes you think I'm a playboy? I mean, why wouldn't women want to get with this? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you're totally Latino. Using the word gringo. I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar that you actually are a gringo yourself. I wish fools and anti-American terrorists who wear or revere the communist ideology would just move to communist China along with their extremist, degenerate butt buddies. All of them are just low-lives and subversive. I'm not really sure what sexual orientation had to do with that. It seems like a little bit of the projection on your part. And secondly, I don't know where China is, or Shina, or whatever the fuck it is that you were trying to say. I know where China is. Actually, you might like it pretty much because, well, they worship billionaires, kind of like you do. And they love the market and production according to profit, not human need, which is also what you love. You would probably like it there very much. And they do tend to be pretty homophobic, just like you. I think maybe you ought to take your own advice and ship yourself over there. It means a menagerie of things. Pull your lazy ass off the mic and fact check before you look IKEA moron. Sorry to bother you again, but you yourself are a fucking Marxist. No wonder you've read up on Caleb. Bra of a feather fly together. You coo have Kagan my Marxist zoo exhibit. Honestly, with everything you just wrote right there, I think you're the one who's an IKEA moron. You're siding with libtarbs, you dipshit. Cancer, also incels don't exist. You said that, therefore you are a fat fuck dipshit, cancer full of shit, waste man cuck. Literally what? Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.